I'm going to get rid of all of this to avoid any confusion for the moment, and then we'll add some back in a minute. So we're just going to have some JavaScript. So let's create a variable. We'll call it x, and we'll give it a value of 1. So variable x is equal to 1. So very simple statement. Can say if, and then a bracket, and the bracket will enclose our if statement. So if x is equal to 1, now I've got two equal signs there. I'll explain why there are two in a moment, but let's just see how this works first. Then we're going to put some curly brackets or braces in there to indicate the limit of what we do if x is equal to 1. Then we'll alert a statement that says x is 1. Okay, very simple. Let's have a look and see what that does. Unsurprisingly, it alerts x is equal to 1, because it is. Now, first of all, why have we got this double equals there? If we have a single equals, what that will do is it will set x to be equal to 1. And we don't want that. We want to test whether or not x is equal to 1. So we need a double equals to tell the browser that what we're trying to do here is to test whether or not x is equal to 1. We're not trying to set x equal to 1. So remember that a lot of common early programming mistakes come from using 1 equals by mistake instead of 2. If you're testing whether or not a statement is true, you need 2 equal signs. So first of all, we've got that. So if x is equal to 1, then alert this. What if x is not equal to 1? Well, we want to do something else maybe. So we use the else command, and we'll just alert x is not 1. So nice and straightforward. After the if command is complete, we have an else statement, and this will be completed if x is not equal to 1. So let's just run that for the moment. Okay, x is 1. Fine. Now, what if we set x is equal to 2? Then we get this other result here. So we're using our if statement to work out whether or not something is true. And if it's true, then we'll take one course of action, and if it's not, we'll take another. Let's just have a quick look at how we might use that to interact with the user in some way. We'll just make a very simple example. So we'll have a question, what is the weather? And we'll input the answer. So ID equals, we'll call that weather. Close that, and we'll have a button again. We'll call it my button. And we'll use the text submit to submit the result. So take a moment to see if you can type in a command to do something when the My Button button is clicked. Done that? Okay. Hopefully it looked something like this. Document.getElement by ID, my button dot onClick is equal to function, and then curly brackets there. And all we're going to do is say if the value of the input, so that's document.getElement by ID weather dot value. So we're testing whether or not the value of the weather input over here is equal to rain. And if it is, we'll alert that it's raining. And if it's not, we'll alert it's not raining. So a very simple idea there. Now notice we've got two closed curly brackets there. That's because we've got one for this function and one for the if statement. So just like with the CSS divs, it's nice to keep everything indented, and you can see that that makes a lot more sense what we've got here, that this lines up with the beginning of the if statement and again there, and so we can see that this part here, the if statement, is contained within the onClick function there. So let's just see how that works. We've got our button, so let's say it's sunny. Okay, so the system knows it's not raining. If we put rain in here, we should get the result, it's raining. Okay, now of course this isn't a very intelligent system, because if we put raining here, then it will say that it's not raining, because it only understands the word rain. In fact, if we put rain in capital letters, it will also say that it's not raining, because this if statement is case sensitive. So that means that even if it's the same word, if the case is different, so if one has got capitals and one has got small letters, then it will not see those as being identical, as not being the same.